सभी साथियों को प्यार भरा नमस्कार। In this video, we will be discussing about accounting equation. If you have gone through my previous videos, you will be learning more about the basis of accounting. So, from this video onwards, I will be giving more emphasis on the accounting function, how the accounts or transactions are being recorded. Before recording the transactions, what basic things we need to understand, this will be discussed in this accounting equation topic. I have pointed out few examples so in brief you can understand the entire concept of this lesson. Dual aspect concept, every transaction has two aspects, debit and credit. Every transaction has got two sides which is represented by debit and credit. You should remember this, we are learning the double entry system. Under double entry system, we have to follow both the sides. We have to look into the both the sides of any transaction. Got it? Like in the first point, I have discovered few of the examples where it helps you to understand how a transaction affect both the sides of a balance sheet. You must know by now a balance sheet has two sides, right? Two columns. We will be discussing it more deeper in my upcoming videos. Just for your knowledge or for a rough draft, I would like to add here a balance sheet has two sides where the left hand side represents your liabilities and the right hand side represents the asset side. So, transactions affecting two items. The first one is increase in assets leads to increase in liability. How it happens? For example, if you made a purchase on credit. So this, if you have purchased goods on credit, what will happen? The effect of this transaction when purchase goods on credit, your asset in the form of stock will increase and liabilities in the form of creditor will increase. So through this transaction, purchase credit, your both the sides increases. Your asset also increases and credit liability also increases. Another point where decrease in liability leads to decrease in asset. How? If you made a payment to the creditor, like if you have paid the creditor its due amount, what will happen? Your liabilities will decrease and by the same amount your asset will decrease. That means as you have paid that creditor, your creditor goes down as well as the cash. Increase in asset and increase in owner's equity. Here, if a capital has been introduced by any owner, this way the cash will increase, cash will go up, that means assets will go up. Along with that, capital or liability will also go up. Decrease in owner's capital and decrease in assets. Now, decrease in owner's capital, how it happened? Drawings by owner. Drawings means when the owner withdraws money from his business. That is called drawings for his personal use. So if a drawings are being made by owner, it will lead to the decrease in the liability. Reason, his capital gets reduced and also the cash or bank. In whichever way he is withdrawing the cash, he is withdrawing the money either in the form of cash or through check. Transactions affecting same side but not in opposite directions, like only the asset side will be affected or the liability side will be affected. Increase in assets or decrease in another asset. Say for if you made a purchase on cash purchases or receipt from the debtors, it will increase your one asset. Like your if you purchase the goods on cash, your stocks gets increased. If you have received recovered amount from any debtor for which were due, your cash or bank will increase. Why cash or bank? Either if you have received check or cash. That's why cash and bank both are written. And decrease in another asset, cash, bank and debtors. That means increase in asset and decrease in another asset. Then the next is decrease in liability and increase in another asset. Settlement of creditor by issue of bills of exchange, it decreases your liability since your creditor goes down, and it increases another liability, that is bill of exchange, because to pay off the creditor you have issued bill of exchange. In this way your one of the creditor gets reduced, creditor, whereas the another liability in the form of bill of exchange has increased. So this way you need to understand if any transaction is given to you, you have to think a little what effect it is producing. Say for if you have made a purchase on credit, what is happening? Your asset in the form of stock has increased. Along with that, since you have purchased on credit, so a creditor also got increased. Got it? So in this way, just few examples are given to make you understand how a transaction affects the debit and credit side. This is all about the accounting equation. Basic concept.